Thank you for being here, and thank you, Chair. We have a number of constituents who are very concerned, quite a few, about the story that I'm going to tell you about. So, can you please advise me which part, if any, because the ABC got it wrong last time, which part, if any, of the Australian curriculum relates to drag queen story time? Right, thank you. We have schools that are hosting drag queen story times where they're getting drag queens in to read stories to children. It's happening on the Sunshine Coast and other parts of Queensland. It's done on school time, so we thought maybe surely it has to relate to the curriculum for them to do that. So that's why I'm asking about the section. So my second question, because you've denied it, which I thought would be correct, what control or influence does the national curriculum have on state schools?
Thank you, Senator. I'm not sure I denied your question, but I was waiting to hear the full extent of it.
You indicated quite clearly that it doesn't exist in the curriculum.
Well, I indicated, I guess, what I was trying to process the question with a view to giving you a sensible answer. And I may ask Ms Foster to contribute there. But your second part of your question, sorry, which you just right at the end there.
What influence, or what influence does the national curriculum have over state schools? Sure. And is there any compulsion to follow the national curriculum, or what are the responsibilities?
So there is an agreement that states and territories will implement the Australian curriculum, but each of them do that in a slightly different way. The terminology that we use in relation to this is that states and territories are free to adopt and adapt the curriculum to suit their local circumstances. So there is that is the agreement, and different states and territories are in different parts of the plan to implement the Australian curriculum, where they're going through and having a look at it and determining to what extent they can adopt it fully. Some states do it very close. Their curriculum is very close to the Australian curriculum. Other states adapt it slightly before implementing it.
Is it done on a state-by-state basis, or individual schools are free to go wherever they want?
Well, we have three sectors in the country. Jurisdictions, certainly in the state school systems, they tend to take a uniform approach for their jurisdiction. The different jurisdictions have different mechanisms for adopting and adapting the curriculum. So, for example, in Victoria there is the Victorian Curriculum Assessment Authority. In Queensland you have the Queensland Curriculum and Assessment Authority. New South Wales has the New South Wales Education Standards Authority. These are the bodies in those major jurisdictions which have a close look at the Australian curriculum and then determine how, if at all, it should be adapted for those jurisdictions. In the other jurisdictions, there other than WA has also an approach. They have their School Curriculum and Standards Authority. They also undertake that adaptation approach. The other jurisdictions tend to be closer. Queensland is closer, Tasmania closer, South Australia, Northern Territory, in terms of their implementation.
Thank you.
Thanks.